What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome to episode number 51 of my SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 General Manager mode, coming to you for the February 7th edition of Thursday Night SmackDown from the Caribbean. And as you can see, Rey Mysterio is going to be going one-on-one with the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H. And in the main event, the United States Championship is up for grabs in a 5-man battle royal between Eddie Guerrero, Shelton Benjamin, Batista, Kane, and the current champ, Christian. But before we even get to that battle royal, we've got singles action, as it is Rey Mysterio, one of SmackDown's newer superstars here to the show, taking on the World Heavyweight Champion, who's just coming off of his victory over Kane last episode, Triple H. And Triple H, he has just been unstoppable here in GM mode. 50 episodes strong as the World Heavyweight Champion. You might as well make it 51 because the title's not on the line tonight. But Mysterio's got a good opportunity. If he can defeat the World Champ, perhaps could find himself in line for a title shot at No Way Out. Rey Mysterio, he's been in the mix for that Cruiserweight Championship since arriving to SmackDown. Mysterio, back when he was traded over from Raw, coming along to SmackDown, coming over to SmackDown along with Chris Jericho, if I can get my words correct. But yes, Mysterio. I don't believe we've had any other trades since acquiring Mysterio and Jericho. Although, like I said last episode, I am looking to perhaps ship out Big Show and the British Bulldog, maybe to pick up somebody from Raw. I haven't exactly decided who yet I'm going to go for, but maybe at the end of this episode we will take a gander at the Raw roster and see if anybody looks appealing. But at the moment, Triple H off the ropes, drives the knee into the skull of Rey Mysterio. And there's the controller again. I don't know what's up with that controller. It never comes disconnected, but I get that pop-up all the time during these matches, and I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, wait a minute! Triple H! Not even a minute into this matchup, and Triple H delivers the pedigree in super slow motion, as we've just now hit the minute mark. But Triple H not going for the cover, instead choosing to mock the fans, to antagonize them. That's going to give Mysterio the opportunity to get back in this matchup, or so I thought. Triple H right back on the attack. Looking for a pile driver now. Oh wait, there's a counter from Mysterio. And now Mysterio's back in the fight. But Triple H trying to prevent Mysterio from getting any sort of offense. Counter by Mysterio, as Triple H attempted the spinebuster, and now a whisper in the wind off the top from Mysterio. The diving corkscrew moonsault right in the face of Triple H. And now there's a standing moonsault from Rey Mysterio. Triple H, he's going to have to quickly recuperate here, try to come up with a new game plan, as he's got Mysterio up for a backbreaker. And now Triple H, look at this, viciously attacking the face of Rey Mysterio, the masked face of Rey Mysterio, and this time he connects with the spine buster. Triple H again, letting his arrogance take over. Although at this point, I don't think that's arrogance, that's just confidence on the part of Triple H. Because he has proven that he is the best here in GM mode. He has just been unstoppable. As off another spine buster. Wait a minute, counter! Mysterio! Look at this, an inside cradle. 2, 3, Rey Mysterio! Caught Triple H off guard. And just like that, he rolls him up for the 3 count. And Rey Mysterio has knocked off the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H here tonight on SmackDown in quick fashion. Just like that, Mysterio gets the win. And I believe that puts him in line for a world title match. I mean, he just pinned the champ. I don't see why not. We're going to have to stay tuned for more word on that. but we could be looking at Triple H versus Rey Mysterio at the No Way Out pay-per-view. But right now, we do have a championship match that I can guarantee is taking place. It is a 5-man battle royal between this man, Mr. Latino Heat. He lies, he cheats, and he steals. The former tag team champion, Eddie Guerrero. And here is his former tag team partner, the Animal, Batista. Guerrero and Batista managed to hold on to those WWE tag team titles for several months until they lost the gold back at the... what's it called? I can't even think of the pay-per-view. The one before Survivor Series. Not the Great American Bash. It's, oh my goodness, I can't even think. I apologize for that, folks. I don't know why I can't think of the name of the pay-per-view, but maybe it's because it's been so long since we've had these awesome pay-per-views like No Way Out and Vengeance and the real, I don't know. These pay-per-views that we had back in the day, man, they were really cool. They had some really cool names. Backlash, Judgment Day. There's a lot of them. A lot of good ones. But it's okay. We're going to be seeing a lot of them reprised in the 07 GM mode. Although this time, or not this time, that time, in the future I will be playing as the Raw brand on whenever I do make that 2007 GM mode. And I did talk about it in my channel update, which I keep referencing because it's important. A lot of important stuff in that update. So if you haven't seen it already, I do recommend that you check that out. Very important stuff indeed. But as the Battle Royal begins, Shelton Benjamin, a former United States champion, Kane, a former United States champion, Christian, the current United States champion, and Eddie and Batista, both former tag team champions. So we've got all superstars in this matchup have held the gold before. No Mercy, that was what I was thinking of. That's the pay-per-view I was thinking of. No Mercy. That's where Batista and Eddie Guerrero lost the tag team titles. How can I forget No Mercy? That's such an awesome pay-per-view name, along with many others. But enough about that. We're not here to bash the current WWE, although I've done that in passing references plenty of times in this series. This is, of course, a tangent series, just in case you're new to the series. I do sometimes go off on tangents here in these GM mode playthroughs. Sometimes career mode takes over that little... Sometimes career mode takes over as the tangent series, but most of the time it's GM mode. Just because, personally, I don't find the gameplay engaging enough to really call the action 24/7. I can do that with a universe mode, just because the newer games are much... I wouldn't say faster paced, but more realistic. There's more of a realistic progression of a match. Like you see, even in the last matchup that just took place, Triple H had his finisher in under a minute. No, that doesn't happen. And then you don't have people that, like, I don't know, in these older games, you would have to hit your finisher sometimes 2 or 3 times to win a match, just because you could build them up so quickly. And so early on in the match, you would use them that there wasn't enough damage to finish your opponent off. And that doesn't happen really anymore in the newer games. I mean, for some reason in 2K16, at least in the My Career mode, I haven't done a whole lot of singles play. I haven't really done anything other than My Career. I haven't done a whole lot of singles play. I guess I've played through the showcase mode for the most part, but still, you know, they kick out of finishers in My Career mode a lot, which I've noticed, but I don't know how it is for the more traditional gameplay, just because most of the time I'm playing against myself for the universe mode videos, the matches I do, so I'm not sure exactly how that all works. But at least, you know, you get a more realistic progression to the finisher. That's what I was trying to say. There's right now Benjamin and Christian going at it. Batista and Kane, they're attacking each other as well. Christian currently in a rivalry with Eddie Guerrero, though he has also feuded with Shelton Benjamin in the past. Benjamin has feuded with Kane in the past. And, in fact, Kane and Batista are... Kane and Batista. Kane has feuded with Batista and Guerrero. In fact, Kane and the Big Show were the original WWE Tag Team Champions. Actually, no, they were not the original. The original Tag Team Champions were Eddie and Chavo Guerrero until they lost the titles to Kane and Big Show, who lost the titles to Batista and Guerrero. So Kane is another former Tag Team Champion, and he's also feuded with Guerrero and Batista in the past. There's a lot of history between these 5 men. Even if not necessarily all of the 5 men have feuded with each individual opponent in this matchup, there definitely are a lot of connections between the 5. As Christian, he's beating down on Shelton Benjamin, choking him out. And the former partners, Batista and Guerrero, going at it right now. Or it's more like a one-sided beatdown on the part of Batista. Elbow drop there off the top rope from Benjamin. Caught Jericho right in the face. We got a couple superstars here with finishers. Definitely got to be on the lookout. Could be on the verge of our first elimination in this matchup momentarily. As Kane and Guerrero now going at it. Christian with a nice hip toss there, taking Benjamin down to the mat. And Batista going back after Guerrero here. Christian throwing Shelton into the corner. Oh, and Benjamin could be in trouble as Christian reverse DDT there from the second rope. Hooks the leg now on the former U.S. champ. 2, 3, there it is, folks. Shelton Benjamin eliminated. As look at this, Kane's got a pinfall attempt here on Guerrero, but a kick out by Guerrero at 2. And we're down to 4. Although in this type of a battle royal, we've seen in the past that the opponents that are eliminated, they are not ejected from ringside. So you can see Shelton Benjamin wandering around the ring here. Could potentially get involved in this matchup, as Eddie Guerrero was just eliminated. And now Batista bomb to Christian. And the U.S. champ could be on the verge of elimination. No, he's just able to kick out there at 2 3/4 there. But yes, the people out on the outside can get involved in this matchup, as we have seen in the past. Batista was once cost potentially the World Heavyweight Championship thanks to an outside interference by Randy Orton after Orton had been eliminated from the match. As Kane thrown into the corner. Perhaps a bit of double team work here on the part of Christian and Batista. And this is what it's come down to, the final 3 in this matchup. And you can see Batista, Kane, Christian, they've all suffered a little bit of damage, but not really too far along in this matchup yet. Guerrero and Benjamin bearing the majority of the punishment throughout the early stages. As Kane right now striking away at Christian. And the U.S. champ is in a lot of trouble, folks. Looks as though Batista and Kane have both set their sights on Christian. But Christian able to counter Batista here, now trying to go after Kane. Well, now it's Kane with a clothesline to Batista. And the rivals now going at it, as Christian ducks out of the way to avoid perhaps getting struck by Batista. But Batista countered anyway. And then Christian taken down with a back suplex from Kane. And so far in this matchup, Kane and Batista have been looking very impressive, as well as Christian. I mean, Christian and Kane both have an elimination in this matchup. Kane now, huge shot to the back there of Christian. But Batista's already hit Christian with a Batista bomb. Oh no. And now Kane, he's got the U.S. champ by the throat. Choke slam all the way to hell. As Kane hooks the leg. 2, 3, Christian is out of this thing. And, I mean, it was enough that Christian was able to kick out of the Batista bomb, but after that choke slam, that was it. End of story. Good night, Irene. And now we're down to the 2 rivals, Kane and Batista. But there we go, Christian grabbing at the legs of Kane. And now Kane, he's dazed. Batista's got him up. Power slam. Christian, after Kane just pinned him, looks as though Christian, he doesn't want Kane anywhere near that U.S. title. So, I don't think Christian really wants Batista to win the title either, but As long as Kane doesn't win, now that Christian's been thrown out of this matchup, I don't think he really cares. And the referee, there's nothing he can really do about it. Or even if there was, he probably wouldn't do it. Oh, well, there you go, Christian. Thank you for teaching this referee a bit of a lesson. I mean, this referee really is quite questionable. And now Kane again hung up on the ropes. So at least the referee, he's not escaping any of this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, Batista. He got caught. Kane has him by the throat. 10 feet in the air and all the way back down. Choke slam as Kane hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Christian, he was nowhere near to break up the pinfall. Kane is the new United States champion. Much to Christian's dismay, Kane, now a 2-time United States champion here in GM mode. And add that on top of being a former tag team champion, Kane, he's done everything short of winning the world title. And that's an amazing bounce back week for Kane. Last week, he got his world title shot. Well, now this week, he's the new United States champion. So a big win there for Kane, able to recover himself. As there we see, we got contracts expiring, so not only could this trade potentially save me a little bit of cash, but as well as that, I mean, Big Show, he's been around since the beginning. British Bulldog, there's not much else I feel that I can really do with him. I mean, he's currently in that feud with Benoit that is, at this point, almost over, so I really think giving up a couple of weeks of build-up there just to trade him out, I don't think that's a bad move. We do have a couple new rivalries that are starting to emerge. As you can see, Batista still wants a title shot, so he wants a world title match. So it looks like I'm going to have to put the world title on the line. Unfortunately, I just did that last week, but it looks like we're going to have to do it again. So probably next episode we'll do that. As, take a look. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to try to get Big Show and the Bulldog off the roster. Not sure who we're going to try to trade for. I believe Raw has a full roster, so we're going to have to just try to balance things out here. We're going to go for Mankind, and I'm thinking Booker T. Booker T's got a pretty nice contract, and the overall between Mankind and Booker T should probably balance out. I think the only other option really would be the Junkyard Dog, but I don't know really what much I'm going to be able to do with Junkyard Dog. And it doesn't matter because that is the trade. And if I went for anybody lower, then I'd be missing out. So I think that's a pretty fair trade. As we've now got the Bulldog and the Big Show gone. I think they were just about reaching the end of their usefulness here in GM mode anyways. So we get to spice up the roster here a little bit. And we bring in perhaps a future main event talent in Mankind. Though we are getting close to the end of the series. So that could very well be the last trade. Booker T, we're not going to have to extend his contract. We are getting close to where contracts aren't going to be much of an issue either. So we're going to go ahead and try to extend some of these contracts here. Mankind. Oh, whoa. Forgot about that fatigue there. I'm going to have to do something about that. Christian, he's dangerously close to getting into injury territory. Oh, yeah, we definitely want to lock down Triple H. He's the world champ. We got to keep him. I think I'm going to hold off on extending Christian's contract until I'm assured that he's not going to get injured. That would be very bad. So as we can see, back to the fan support here, we still have that steady lead. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.